Okay, now I told y'all last hour, we didn't play it earlier, but when I heard silly ass white nationalist, spoiled ass rich kid, no talent, used to be a bow tie wearing punk ass Tucker Carlson, sit here and actually try to talk about Malcolm X in reference to Justin J. Pearson, I said, you have got to be out your white nationalist mind. Play that bullshit.
Justice. Justin Pearson has changed quite dramatically, as you can see. He transitioned from a crypto white kid into the modern incarnation of Martin Luther King Jr. himself. It's remarkable, really. But he's not alone in that. You see this all the time. Everybody in the Democratic Party wants to be Martin Luther King at this point. Even Joe Biden, who during the famous March on Washington was enjoying the many benefits of life as a college student in a racially segregated state. Now, he's MLK. They all are. But you got to ask yourself, as long as we're mimicking civil rights leaders who died almost 60 years ago, why not some variety? You never see politicians transition into, say, Malcolm X. Why is that? Maybe because Malcolm X didn't talk like a sharecropper. He spoke dignified standard English. He wasn't running a shakedown racket to fleece guilty white liberals. Malcolm X had self-respect, so he despised guilty white liberals, and he said so. He believed in self-improvement. He knew who the enemy was. So maybe it's not surprising that Malcolm X is not a popular transition choice in 2023. Al Sharpton, by contrast, is increasingly popular, especially now that he's skinny and has a paying job. Sandy Cortez of Westchester recently pulled off a double transition. Not only did she change sexes, Al Sharpton identifies as a man.
All right, see right here, y'all, if there was a segment of this show right now, it would be called This Motherfucker. Go ahead, Greg.
No, man, you know, it's funny how these things converge. Malcolm X, born in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm sure you remember Ernie Chambers, who for many years was the only non-white member of the state Senate in Oklahoma.
Nebraska.
I'm sorry, thank you, Nebraska, thank you. And oh, yes, that's right. Thank you, Roland. Looking at young brother Jones, you know, and as you say, Reese, nobody would have known, well, very few people, political wonks would have known, Laura Victoria Burke would have known, but the general public wouldn't even have known who those two young brothers were. Now what they are guaranteed from now on is bully pulpits. Mm-hmm. And so when this white boy is drugged through the mud, this 74-year-old white man from North Carolina who was attempting to say he represents God, he will now be embarrassed, and, you know, whether they ever pass a bill or not in the legislature, like Ernie Chambers did for many years in Nebraska, you've now got two young people who will set fire to everybody in the legislature. Now, contrast that with Tucker Carlson, as you said, a real excellent example of affirmative action. Because affirmative action means whiteness. That's what that means. As you said, no talent, Tucker Carlson. The irony is, I guess, if he were in the legislature and one of them would question him and say, sir, so are you calling Martin Luther King someone who didn't speak the King's English by contrasting him with Malcolm X,
right,
who, while he was in prison, listened to Paul Robeson records incessantly. Paul Robeson was such a big hero to Malcolm X that at Lorraine Hansberry's funeral, when Malcolm came to the funeral and saw Paul Robeson sitting there, he was so intimidated by the fact Robeson was there. I think it was Ozzie Davis. He asked, "Do you mind introducing me to Paul?" So my point is that we speak in all kind of ways. And
right.
Tucker Carlson think he's being Tucker Carlson think he's being cute. What you really just did is say that Martin Luther King speaks like Pygmy Markham.
Right. He was saying MLK spoke like a sharecropper. Oh, we knew exactly what the shade there was. And let's just be real clear, Tucker. You talk about how Malcolm X spoke. Your ass don't agree with Malcolm X on nothing. So don't be trying to sit here and all of a sudden, who speaks the proper language? Here's what we do know: the guy you replaced, he spoke the King's English when he was leaving them freaky ass voicemails and sexually harassing and sexually assaulting people. We know your former boss, one who put you in your place, Roger Ailes, spoke the King's language when he was sexually harassing so many damn women. Oh, when Eric Bolling, he spoke the King's language at Fox News when he was sending penis pics to various people there. We know Ed Henry spoke the King's language and he has got fired for sexually harassing folks there as well. Hell, we could go, Kimberly Guilfoyle, who, well, I don't know what the hell she speak, but she speak MAGA Trump. Her ass got fired for sexual harassment. So Tucker, shut your punk ass up trying to sit here and question how Justin talks or how he changed. Your wimp ass used to wear bullshit ass bow ties, and now you trying to look all dignified wearing a tie. Man, come on with that nonsense, because we also know you the founder of the Daily Caller, where you've had racist folks writing for you as well. Reese, go ahead if you want to comment on this little silly fool.
Fuck Carlson. That's all I got to say.
Okay. Well, there we go. Lauren, got anything to say?
It's insecurity. I mean, it's just racism and insecurity. There's really not much to say. Dr. Carr summed it up.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Curl Prep Natural Solutions. Her product is organic. It's a two-step curl defining system. This video here, you can check it out. People have been lining up to see the product in action at the hair shows. And when they take a seat to try it, they simply don't believe it is their hair. Now, you can, of course, access the products at curlprep.com. Curlprep.com. It works on any hair. It has two steps, sweet butter and sweet defining gel, both at curlprep.com. And parents, you can also, you'll love this system because you can comb the product through your child's hair with your fingers. And of course, our seasoned saints, they love the product as well. It has products that are great for twists, braids, locks, weaves, even those wigs and extensions. Folks, go to curlprep.com. If you use the promo code Roland, you get a 30% discount using the promo code Roland, lowercase R-O-L-A-N-D. Again, go to curlprep.com, curlprep.com, promo code Roland, 30% discount.